is up, everybody, and welcome back to Marvel Mondays. We are currently on Brave New World of this is what, Phase 5?
Ending up Phase 5, the second last film of Phase 5. Then we're almost caught up to the MCU.
Done-ish.
Done-ish, depending.
We'll be jumping into old films after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brave New World. This is actually one we've done a podcast about and watched in theaters together. IMDb sitting at 5.6. That's a little rough. Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 46, 75 for the audience. Budget of 189. Box office 415. So not bad.
Not great, but not bad.
It is like
coming off of Deadpool 3, which was like 1.3 billion.
Yeah, I suppose.
A little embarrassing.
Looks not as good, but still made decent amount of money. The director was Julius Ona. What's his name? Release date was Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2025.
Yes.
Go over the plot real quick. 5 months after Thunderbolt Ross is elected to be the President of the United States, he sends Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, and
Joaquin Torres,
the new Falcon, to Mexico on a mission to stop the Serpent Society, led by a mercenary named Sidewinder, from selling stolen classified materials. We later learned that is adamantium. They stop him. Hey, bada boom, bada bing. They're invited to go to a
celebration.
It's like a combination of just a proper government thing where like a deal's being made with Japan, so they're kind of celebrating
a gala.
The Japanese Prime Minister being there, and then Captain America invites his friend. I didn't write his name.
Isaiah Bradley
to come with him, and then all hell breaks loose, and he attacks the president along with others, and so that's its own kind of. You're going to notice that there's a lot of different storylines, which maybe not the best for this film, but then that becomes one storyline, kind of. We then have... just trying to go over... Basically, Act 2 is unfolding the conspiracy and what's going on. It's basically revealed that Dr. Samuel Stern...
is still alive. He's being kept in Camp Echo 1... and has been secretly kind of working with Thunderbolt Ross for basically since the end of Incredible Hulk.
And his motive is basically that Thunderbolt Ross is kind of like, oh yeah, I'll let you be free.
Yeah, if you help me.
And then no, he doesn't ever let him be free.
No, he does not.
And with the use of the Mr. Blue song, he's kind of like mind controlling people. Also, basically created the Red Hulk.
Yeah. Not basically. He did. No, basically.
And then Act 3 is kind of the big climax. We see the inciting war between Japan and the U.S. Kind of we're reaching that peak, and we have Captain America trying to stop that from occurring while also trying to stop the Red Hulk from destroying, the capital, so Washington, D.C. And we have a fight with that, and we have a little bit of Naruto-esque talking no jutsu going on. And the aftermath is that we have the bad is arrested. We have
the good people exonerated.
We have is Thunderbolt Ross
he's in
arrested
the
or because corruption and so he is also put away, and generally we don't really get too much with what's going on with Captain America, because at the start we kind of got this promise of I need the Avengers. Like Thunderbolt Ross is like, I want to bring back the Avengers. You're going to lead it as the new Captain America. And that after the whole attempt of assassination, he's kind of like, nope, we're not doing that. And then it's just kind of gone, which will be picked up in Thunderbolts, obviously. But at this point, we're kind of just in the air of I guess Sam is just kind of like for hire, just being a good guy, a vigilante, I guess.
At this time, yes.
What were some of your likes, Matt?
Some of my likes is obviously good to see Red Hulk. You know, I think it was really cool to finally see him because obviously Thunderbolt Ross has been shown throughout the entirety of the MCU. Obviously, unfortunate that the original actor passed away. Though I don't think Harrison Ford did a bad job.
I thought he was one of the highlights.
But definitely, yeah. It was really cool from a comic book standpoint of showing that Red Hulk like gives off heat, like we actually see where he's like stepping or his hands and stuff are actually
there's like some differences from the regular Hulk is nice to see, other than just color.
Yeah, exactly. I love the chemistry between Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres. I think they're like bickering back and forth is one of the highlights as well.
Okay, fair enough.
And then this is mostly an Easter egg, but them choosing the song Mr. Blue is fun because his character name in the original Incredible Hulk was Mr. Blue. Because it was Bruce using the name Mr. Green talking to an online guy, Mr. Blue, which was Samuel Stern. So I think that is just like a fun like Easter egg, but they actually put like thought into it and it wasn't like a one-off thing.
Yep.
That's most of my likes.
I have it's nice that it's only 2 hours, although I think this film potentially could have benefited from being a bit longer or taking out certain elements to make it a little bit more streamlined or coherent.
Yeah, you can definitely feel that they changed and reshot a bunch of stuff and took some scenes out.
But similar to like the Marvels wasn't longer than it really needed to be. I like how this one also isn't just being longer for the sake of being longer. I do enjoy, if it needs to be 2.5, then it's 2.5. If it needs to be 3 hours, it needs to be 3 hours. But sometimes it just doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it's on the shorter side. Took 17 years.
To get an Incredible Hulk 2.
But a somewhat of a sequel to The Incredible Hulk.
It's the closest thing we're ever going to get. It's crazy that the Hulk's not in it.
It's much more than the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it actually has genuine characters from the original being brought. So it's interesting. I do enjoy kind of the addition of Wakandan tech to Sam's suit.
Yep.
Kind of makes it feel like, he has a relationship with Wakanda. They're helping him. Obviously we have the big thing that is Endgame. We have everyone working together. So it's nice to kind of just see more of that. There is working together. There is a relationship.
Yeah, it's not just one-off films. Like they're still talking behind the scenes.
Little bits. Oh yeah, this is involved. And there is no Tony Stark.
Yeah. To
help with crazy tech as far as Avengers go. Harrison Ford finally in the MCU, and I think he did a pretty good job. Film. This one's a little bit more of an asterisk because there are some elements, but generally you can kind of just watch the film as is, as a one-off. It doesn't significantly impact something really deeper down the line. And yes, it is a sequel to the Hulk, but generally you don't actually need to watch the Hulk. You can just be like, oh, okay. Because they explain like the characters, like you explain their relationships in this film and why General Ross's daughter doesn't like him, why that's basically
why there's a giant celestial in the water.
Like everything that needs to be explained is kind
of
done in a sentence or two.
It's crazy because this is supposed to be also a sequel to a TV show, but
they also explain-ish the important parts of it. Like you almost don't need to watch the TV show because in a way they cover the most important elements of that TV show just in this movie.
Yeah.
Being, is Sam worthy? What's going on with Bucky? Like, why is Sam the new Captain America in a way? And that's basically it. That's all you need to really, as far as like emotion goes.
I do have that in like one of my like nitpicky dislikes where it's like slightly recycled plot from the show, but it also makes sense if you didn't watch the show, then you're not going to know that he's struggling with like, am I ever going to be good enough for their shield?
Well, and he didn't take the serum. That's talked about. That's also talked about in the show. So basically just
you can skip the show.
You're just there. And then I also wrote down just to give him some props because obviously this movie generally doesn't seem to be the most well received. I think it's safe to say based on those rankings.
Yeah.
Is that Anthony Mackie? He's a great actor.
Anthony Mackie is a great actor.
And it's just unfortunate that the writing was a bit. I know that there was a lot of reshoots for it. But overall, I don't think anything's his fault. I think he's great. I like the idea of Sam getting the shield. I do wish, in a way, I think it would have been more interesting to see kind of Bucky get the shield first, or Bucky get offered it and he's like, no. Just to like kind of have an homage to like it could have been either or.
Yeah.
Or have we kind of get that moment in Endgame where Bucky's off to the out there as Steve Rogers gives the shield to Sam.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would have been better if there was a conversation with all three of them. Just to like give that
satisfaction,
that tip of the hat to the fans that maybe wanted to see
Bucky versus Sam.
See Bucky get it. But generally, I think Anthony Mackie's done great, and I just think more of the writing is what
pushed him out. Yeah,
didn't help him in this film. Dislikes, Matt.
Some scenes were still kind of green screeny, like the cherry blossoms, like at the end there, or even like Betty
Pretty
Ross.
much all the flying.
Yeah, just a lot of CGI scenes, green screeny that just didn't look good. And I know that's where a lot of people don't like the film for as well, because it definitely feels rushed. I already said the slightly recycled plot from the show. The leader looked kind of tacky. Like, I wish like he was a little bit better designed. Because obviously we don't necessarily need the Mega Mind-sized head like he does in the comics.
Well, we kind of get
but
an element of it, I guess. But
yes, but it kind of just looks like a tumor.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, I think they could have done a little bit better with that.
They should have just went full MODOK.
Full MODOK, just giant head. And I kind of mentioned this, but it feels like we're missing things. Like, you can feel that some parts were cut out, rewritten. Like, we should have cared more about the Serpent Society and like that side character, because it felt so like it'd be better if he didn't show up later on, because it could have been like, here's a mission at the beginning, set the principle that they're a team, la da da da. But then I think it's because he came back later, like twice.
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
I feel like we missed
just
something.
Have the leader
here.
just kind of use them initially at that start, and then that was
in the most cliche way possible of just like, here's a mission, we're jumped in the middle of it to show.
And then later it's revealed that he was responsible for hiring them or setting that up. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes into just overall the script being kind of it didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yes,
because it's this weird combination of a little bit of like a political drama elements to it, but then it's also kind of a sequel to the Hulk, but then it's also
like a new generation of
the
Captain
introduction
America.
of new Captain America with new characters that need to be introduced to set them up, while also it's just a little bit messy. There's a lot going on that maybe some elements were not just focused on and finished.
Yes.
It wasn't the cleanest. Some of the dialogue was a bit
tacky,
stiff, tacky, awkward. So just not a lot of different elements leading up to not the best end product.
Agreed.
Also in my dislikes, I have the continuation of CGI getting worse and worse. It feels like in the MCU, we have the horrible nanotech helmet, and then he's wearing goggles under the helmet, which is even weirder.
Makes no sense.
That's weird. And I don't know if that's due to time, the amount of time some of those scenes had, like the artist had to work on it. If it's the lack of artists, if it's I'm not too sure, but yeah, some of them are it's just becoming more and more bad and obvious. I don't know if that's also even less so real locations that are being used.
Yeah.
Or real sets being made. They're just like, why bother?
Why bother? We can just fix it in post.
I also had that Sam. This is more of a dislike of like the character of Sam never getting any extra help to help him compete with the power curve of everything we're seeing and facing. Not just this, but just what we've seen in the MCU. No serum. That's totally fine, especially for his character. That's something in the comics as well. But I'm pretty sure in the comics he does have powers. That he got from like the cosmic cube or something.
At one point he does, yeah.
So why not just give him something to at least be like, because when you start seeing him fight a Hulk, it becomes so much more like.
Well, there's that, and then there's even like the technicalities of how is he able to catch the shield and not like break his wrist, because the shield is vibranium and that's coming at him relatively fast, and vibranium's not like
and how's he able to throw it as hard to knock people out or something?
Exactly.
Where obviously Steve Rogers can do that no problem
because he's a super soldier.
Exactly.
But
so I'm just some of that's kind of like and then the last thing I said is it's kind of a forgettable film.
The only thing you really need to know from this film,
because if you go out, what are you remembering? Red Hulk. That's basically it. Like you probably couldn't even if we were to talk prior to watching this film, and I'd be like, tell me everything that happens or the big moments. You'd be like,
the Red Hulk shows up. That's it.
You'd be like, he fights Red Hulk.
Which is like actually so cruddy because I think this movie would have got better reception if we didn't see the Red Hulk in the trailer.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right with that.
Because I think that would have been such a huge reveal. Like you can hint to it at the trailer all you want, but then that's going to encourage people to want to go.
I just think there's more, there's in my opinion, there's more memorable moments in the Marvels.
Yeah, definitely. At least I remember that stupid singing planet.
The singing planet. You remember all of the stupid cat aliens. You remember the cool fights with all three of them. You remember how it ends. Yeah. Right? Like, there's more memorable things from it.
I watched this movie, and then the next day...
The sword... is it sword?
Yeah, sword. Yeah.
The space station basically has to be like left. Like, there's so many things you remember from that film that you're like, oh, maybe the film wasn't the best, but I can still remember moments.
Exactly. Yeah, I will say my favorite moment from this movie, though, is definitely the fight in Echo 1. Like, I think that was a solid choreographed fight, like in the hallway, trying to escape.
Yeah, I think generally the choreography was maybe a little bit lesser. Like, if you compare it to, like, Cap.
Yeah.
The previous Cap films, especially, like, Winter Soldier, obviously, is held very high up. But just, like, the hand-to-hand combat is so good in that film.
Yeah, it's hard to compare.
But... I think my favorite was actually, even though it's a bit of a CGI mess at times, is that flight fight scene where they're trying to stop the Japanese and the Americans from attacking, like the navies attacking one another. And I think the reason I really like that scene is, one, it looks kind of cool, them flying around, but it's also something that Steve Rogers can't do.
Yes.
That is something that Sam can do.
Yeah, it makes him unique.
That is in his skill set. Right? So I enjoy that scene because that's leaning into who Sam is as Captain America.
Yeah, agreed.
Importance to the overall MCU, I have down that we have a new Cap.
Yep.
New Falcon.
Yep.
Red Hulk.
Yep.
We see Bucky and his chosen new life.
Yep. Senator?
I believe it's Senator, yeah.
Senator Barnes.
We finally get some Hulk... post-Hulk connection.
Yep.
And more so, not just that, there as adamantium, but the importance of it, that it is this desired substance.
Desired substance. Finally gives us answers for people being like, how is there a giant in the middle of the ocean that no one's talked about in like 10 movies, what feels like 10 movies. Yeah. Yeah,
it's now finally referenced, but it's more so what's there, how they've made it important,
profitable.
Yeah.
What
do you got for Easter eggs, man?
Just a couple quick ones. I mean, I've already mentioned the Mr. Blue song, the Red Hulk Heat. Serpents, which was the group, is from the comics called the Serpent Society, which is the first big fight that Sam Wilson is against the Serpent Society. So that's a nice little fun thing. That's basically it. I mean, Betty at the end, as the actress actually came back.
And what's the post-credit scene?
I believe it's Sam talking to the leader, and he's like, "You're not prepared for what's coming. There's a multiverse and blah, 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 and you don't understand."
Yep, that's pretty much it. Let us know what you guys thought of Brave New World. Does it deserve the low rating? Does it deserve a little better? I think it's closer to that. I think it's like a 6. Yeah.
Well, stay tuned for next week where we finish up Phase 5 with Thunderbolts. And then we only got one more Marvel movie after that. And we'll see you then.
See y'all.